Hi guys, we are here with...
I am Manos S. I got top 8 at Greek Nationals with Branded Chimera. And I decided to play this instead of Branded Chimera because I thought no one would play it role in this format. And because the format is full of interruptions like Veiler, Imperm or Murner, this deck can dodge the interruptions very easily. So I thought it would be kind of unexpected for the others and they wouldn't see it coming, and in fact they didn't, most of them. So it was a great meta call, and here we go with the deck profile.
Before we start, give us the shoutouts. Do you have any shoutouts?
Oh, of course, yes. I have two big shoutouts to my testing partners, Nikos Konstantopoulos and Yugioh Konstantinou. They helped me a lot, especially with the Tenpai matchup. And when I played against Tenpai, I won in like 5 minutes.
So it worked out actually.
Yeah, they helped me a lot.
Perfect.
So here we go with the deck.
Okay, let's see what you played.
I played 3 Swordknight, of course. This is the main searcher and is also a master negate in the graveyard. Here we have 3 Quattle. This is extremely good in this format because all of the good hand traps target, like Veiler, Imperm or Murner. And when you have Chimera on board, this turns into a negate. And also SP targets or Anima.
Okay.
Then we have 3 Gazelle.
Okay.
And 2 Baphomet. This is your main fusion materials. They trigger when you do a fusion summon with them. This searches an illusion and this summons back an illusion. It will be very useful when you want to summon back the Diabels. Also, they have extremely good normal summoning effects because Gazelle gives you the Chimera fusion and Baphomet gives you both Gazelle and the Chimera fusion. So it gives you access to what you need to fusion summon.
Okay.
Then the newly added support from Leder, 3 Apprentice, Nightmare Apprentice, and 1 Diabels. This is your main win condition of the deck. It's an anti-spell for the opponent, and you can pop when they set cards. And this is an extra extender, and that to be summoned, it needs to discard cards. And the discard in this deck is good because you play 1 Master Tau to summon back the illusions from your graveyard. For example, if you have this on your graveyard, you send this and you summon back. And I play 3 Engine Chain because it combos very well with Nightmare Apprentice. And even if you get hand trapped, you at least get the materials and the polymerization card you need to fusion.
Okay.
And then I decided to play 2 instead of 1 Aluber because in testing I opened a lot of times 1 Aluber and 1 opening, and it wouldn't be very good. And you don't want dead cards in your hand. Then I played 2 Albaz and 1 Hexil. This is to make an early Dragoon with Brand Fusion to bait interruptions and protect your main combo because Sword Knight is a choke point of the deck, and you don't want Sword Knight or Baphomet to get negated, so you try to play around by summoning Dragoon most of the times. And then we proceed with 3 Chimera Fusion. Obviously it's the best card of the deck. It's a quick play polymerization, you don't see interruptions like nothing, and your opponent just keeps trying to hand trap you and they lose card in the hand. And in the end phase, you hand loop them with Chimera, so they start with a lot of disadvantage in their turn. And obviously you most of the times have the Sword Knight in the graveyard, so you have a negate on top of that. That's very good. And then we play 3 Frightful Patchwork and 2 Poly to go along with our 3 Engine Chain. This is very good because not only it gives you a Feint, which is one of the 3 main types you want for this deck, but it also gives you a fusion card to go along with your combos. And then we play the branded package, 3 brand fusion and 3 brand opening.
Okay, one question here. Why you decide to go with the branded cards and not like a pure Chimera version with hand traps, etc.?
I thought of 3 builds. I thought this, Melodious, and the hand trap build. This deck cannot play very well through interruptions unless you have a very specific hand with Chimera Fusion already in hand before you search it, and that's very unlikely. And if you play the hand trap version I saw earlier with only the illusion package and a lot of hand traps, if your opponent triple tactics talents you, you will lose the most likely one extender you have in your hand, and you can combo with just one card uninterrupted. And most likely in this meta they will have at least one hand trap or one interruption. And I didn't choose the Melodious build because it does lose to some things and it plays more bricks that don't synergize with this deck. Branded, you can get out of difficult situations because if you have a good hand, you can go right away and make a Dragoon, so you protect your combo with just one card, and it baits the Ash Blossom, so you can go ahead and freely summon a Sword Knight and then summon from the deck. Or if you don't have a good hand, you can go to Rainbroom, making Gazelle, which will search you the illusions you need to combo. So, despite Albaz being a dragon and Albert being a fairy, not being in one of the three main types you need, this card will give you the right fusions you need to summon this or this, so you can later proceed with your full combo. And Melodious does not do that. Melodious is only good if you have an Ostinato or the new level 4 Pendulum. But
refrain.
The refrain, yes, but they don't give you access to any type you need. So that's why I chose to play this.
Okay.
Plus this
Fair enough.
in the graveyard is a distraction protection, so it helps you in matchups like Runic Stun or Tenpai. When they main Lightning Storm, you put your masters in attack position.
Or the Princess Pop.
Exactly,
Snake
or the
Eye.
Princess Pops.
Yes.
And I play 3 Forbidden Droplet, 1 Talent and 1 Callby.
3 talent.
Yes. I don't play in hand traps in this build because I think 1 or 2 hand traps in the main will not give me any kind of value, especially when I draw them for turn. And in this meta you need multiple hand traps. I mean, you need at least 9 hand traps in the main deck to play hand traps. So by choosing to play board breakers, you have a lot of free access, free space to the main deck, and you can play things like the brand package, for example. Also, this is very good at 3 because if you start with brand fusion and you get asked, because the opponent will think you play brand Despia and they will ask you, you can choose talent to rip a card from their hand, so they're already -2. And then if you have any kind of extension like Sword Knight or Apprentice,
They're -3 from the fusion.
yes, exactly. Not
Yes.
only you do your full combo, but your opponent loses 3 cards for like no value, and they will start their turn with 3 cards, and they have to face a Master Negate, a Darkening Negate, and Chimera Pop.
The trade is in favor of for you.
Yes, of course. Especially when you get hand trapped like twice,
Yes,
and
yes.
you have a way to dodge that. For example, when I played against Snake Eye, I got hand trapped 3 times, I think, and then I did the Triple Tactics talent and the Chimera, and my opponent had to start with 1 card top deck. So
He scooped immediately, I guess.
yeah, of course. And the Callby, of course, to protect your combo.
Yes, of
And
course. God card.
Droplet, I think, is the best card
In the format right now.
Yeah, even if you play a deck that only plays hand traps, I think you should make space for 3 droplets. Is broken.
Okay.
Especially, like I said, most of the good cards target in this format,
Yes.
so you can dodge this.
So that was the main deck, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Now to the extra deck.
Yes.
I play one of the big Chimera. This is an MVP.
Okay.
It
Tell
won-
us about it.
Yeah, so basically this card attacks many times, but the first time it attacks, your opponent monster gets negated and loses all its attack. And because it is an illusion that has the effect to not be destroyed by battle, the opponent monster also is not destroyed by battle. So you attack one time and then you attack one or two more times, making your opponent lose all his life points because you will have another fusion and you can trade 6,000 damage with this and like 2,000 damage with any fusion. So
amazing.
I won two voiceless with this deck. I won one snake eye using this card. So yeah, that was amazing.
The nuts.
I played 2 Baphomet and 2 Chimera. Baphomet is very useful because you can send the needed type to the graveyard. Most likely you send Master Tao.
Master Tao, yes.
Or Diabels, it depends on your hand. And in some cases where you have Sword Knight in your hand and Gazelle, you don't want to summon Sword Knight because it surely will get negated. But Gazelle sometimes will not, because my opponent will be afraid of Chimera Fusion or Talent.
Yes.
So you make this. If you have started with Quaddle, then they can't imperm you.
Yes.
So then you send Master Tao and reborn the Sword Knight from the graveyard, which will get its effect for free, essentially.
I do have a question though.
Yes.
Why you chose not to play the barrier statue? Many people will ask, that's why
I originally had it in my side deck.
Yes.
And I tested it a lot, playing it inside. But when I had it in, I didn't really need it because your win condition is Diabels, and the setup you do to summon the barrier statue is basically the same way of making Diabels.
Okay.
And it also adds another brick in the deck, which you don't want. I lost many games because my only card was normal summoning barrier statue and passing.
And passing, yes.
And that was
fair.
terrible. That was
Yes.
terrible. I didn't want it. And as I said, my testing partners have helped a lot, and they said not to play it. And I never felt I needed it in this tournament. So
The result tell us that you were correct. So,
yes. Also, everyone should play Droplet. So
Yes.
Droplet outs it, but Droplet,
six outs.
yes, but Droplet doesn't out Diabels because it's an anti-spell.
Exactly.
And yeah, they cannot do almost anything. And then I play one Dragoon for the brand package, as
As the
explained.
protector of Mirror Sword Knight.
Yes, also in this format is very good if you don't get disrupted until this point, because not only it protects your combos, but it's a body that negates and cannot be targeting or destroyed. That's very hard to out. I play one Dracostapelia.
Nice.
This card is good against everything, I think, and you will need to make this when you have a Baphomet main deck and the Baphomet fusion, because you cannot make the original Chimera because it requires a Beast and a Fiend.
Yes.
So making 2 Fiends, you don't want to summon Garura, so you summon this.
Okay.
I play one Magnum the Reliever. This is basically your second Guardian Chimera. This card is very good for recycling your polymerizations. If you open one and you want to use an extra Frightful Passport, for example, you just put the polymerization back and you then activate Passport.
Gives you an insane grind game, so.
Yes, also it is very good against a lot of matchups. It's against Tempa, you use it on the field spell, so they don't have the protection anymore. Against Voiceless, you just out the barrier when they use it, so they don't activate the second one. And also it recycles end draws, so this card is amazing in this deck. And it's also a Fiend, which means it can be reborn with the fusion from the graveyard.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing. And of course 2 Guardian Chimera, not just one, because in grindy matchups like Runic Stun or I don't know, Voiceless, you will need the second pop. I made both of them almost every game. And then for the brand package, I do play one Rindrum, which synergizes with the deck. One Mirror Chip. I only made it like one time. You don't really need it, you mainly go for the Dragoon.
The Dragoon, yes, to protect your combo, yes.
Yes. One Lubellion to recycle back your stuff. And in some cases you can use Baphomet from the deck, and if you have already an illusion in the graveyard and a good illusion in your hand like Sword Knight or Apprentice, you can discard it and chain block with a Baphomet to summon the good illusion pack. Of course, one Albion.
Yes.
I originally played two because I needed follow-up in case I make Mirror Jade, but I thought these cases will never happen, and they didn't.
Never came up, right?
Yes. This card is basically there to make Dragoon and gives you additional follow-up when you use it as fusion material. And lastly, I play one Alba Lenatus. This almost came up. They against Snake Eye because they had Flamberge and Hope Harbinger. And it can come up against Voiceless because they play the Soravis and the Odd Ace Pendulum Graph Dragon. So you can use Albaz to out their stuff without using an effect and discarding for cost and losing card in the process. And it also gives you a Fusioner all polymerization, so you can either search Brand Fusion or OG Poly, depending on what you need.
Okay.
And yeah, if you make this against Snake Eye and they have an Appaloosa with most likely 2 or 3 materials, you can just attack it and out it, or bait more interruptions like Princess. This card is very good.
Okay, nice. So that was the extra deck, correct?
That was the extra, yes.
Let's go to the side deck now.
Now to the side deck, to be fair, I only used like half of it in this tournament, the other half never came up.
Okay.
I played 3 Bestials. I decided to play Bestials instead of DD Crow because I think the worst matchup for this deck is Branded Despia, and because you don't play any hand traps, your opponent will go uninterrupted. And
so they will puppet lock you.
Yes. I mean, DD Crow can also disrupt the puppet lock, but it can get called by, or I don't know, Magnamut also gives you an extra follow-up, and Druid Storm is good to out some boards. So I decided to play these ratios.
Okay.
Now, my favorite deck in the side deck is Iris and Smulart's Feed. Now this is an auto win against Tempai, and it's also very good against Snake Eye and Brand, of course. Because, for example, Tempai will side in debury and crossouts, and they will expect me to debury them so they can cross out and make a full board. But no one will expect this.
Exactly.
No one will expect this, and with this they cannot OTK. If you have at least one interruption or anything in the field, they can't OTK, and this is a feint. So you can send this off with Baphomet and search this. And it also gives you an extra space in the side deck, so you don't play 3 debury, you just play this, which is accessible from your engine, which is very good.
Yes.
And this also is good against link decks. So you have a debury for Snake Eye essentially, because Snake Eye without links, they cannot play. Then I play 3 Cosmic Cyclone. Only this part of the side deck came up in this tournament. This I was afraid of Centurion and against Runic Stun.
Seems fair.
Yeah, of course. I did decide to play 1 King Tiger, 1 Hum. This card is very good against Flanderis and Yubel. And if they try to play with Yubel, every monster they get summoned will automatically be popped. So they will run out of resources they can play, and same goes with Flanderis.
Okay.
I decided to play 3 evenly matched because Snake Eye don't make a trap negate. They only make a spell negate with Hope Harbinger these days. And most of them don't play the Omega and the Spatter combo. So this card can out their entire field, and if you have a Droplet or any kind of follow-up after 1 interruption, you can just break the field. And lastly, I play 3 Nibiru because it is Nibiru, you need to play it, in my opinion, especially in the decks where you don't play hand traps. If you play a hand trap version of any deck, maybe you don't need Nibiru, but when you rely on 1 or 2 hand traps, it better be a game-end hand trap, not just Ass or Imperm. So that's why I decided to play this. Plus, I had a very good history with this card because it won me very games at the Greek Open Regional. Against Snake Eye, it was an FTK, they couldn't play against it.
And it punishes the bad players.
Yeah,
and that's,
exactly.
And that's
I
the
don't
truth.
want, at least I don't want to lose to a bad player. If I lose to a good player that can play around it, so be it. But when they go for the one card snake ass combo, they cannot really play around the mirror. When they have Jabel Star or now in the Castera version, the Jabel Star and Unicorn, yes, they can play around it. But if they go only for the normal summon as, this card ends their turn. So that's why I decided to play.
Any last words?
Not really. That's what the deck was very good. I decided to play this despite Branded being my favorite deck, because I thought the element of surprise will be big, and it was. And indeed it was. No one really knew how to counter the deck.